Now, Coinbase in the doghouse. The SEC has threatened to sue the nation's largest cryptocurrency exchange if it launches a new product called Coinbase Lend. The product would allow customers to earn interest on their crypto assets. Adam Kovacevic, founder and CEO of the Chamber of Progress, joins me now. Adam, tell us more about the warning from the SEC.
Well, this is really confounding because Coinbase came to the SEC several months ago and said it wanted to start offering a lending service. This is something that other companies in the cryptocurrency space like BlockFi, Nexo have been offering for years, and it helps their customers really get a better return on their investment, honestly, than traditional banks can offer. And so it's been something that's been around for years. And the SEC, according to Coinbase, told the company that if they proceeded to offer this service, that they would sue them. And this is really unusual because the chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, had told cryptocurrency companies several months ago to come in and chat and have a constructive relationship with the SEC. And that seems to have been used against Coinbase in this situation.
So if other people are doing it, why can't Coinbase do it?
It's a great question. And look, I worked in companies. Companies, in my experience, really do want to stay on the right side of the law, and they look to government to be clear about what the rules are. This is a failure of government, in my estimation, because what you really want to see is you really want to see agencies like the SEC put out proposed rules, invite public comment on those rules, finalize the rules, and then enforce the rules equally towards all players in the industry. It's the SEC's right to say, well, maybe we think that lending of this kind of cryptocurrency is a security. People can then debate that. We should have comment on that. And then they can enforce those rules. But that's not what happened here. Unfortunately, what this looks like is the SEC trying to establish rules really kind of through a backdoor method of suing the most prominent cryptocurrency exchange. And that's just kind of a failure of government. That's not good for consumers. That's not good for their customers. It's not good for the relationship between business and government either.
So that brings me to my next question, because Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong called the SEC's actions sketchy and intimidation tactics behind closed doors. What do you think of that statement?
Well, look, I just think this is, like I said, it's a failure. I think, look, I'm a Democrat. I'm a proud Democrat, and I love technology too. And one of the reasons why I love technology is because it's helped achieve a lot of progressive societal goals. When I think about cryptocurrency, it has the potential to really open up the financial system. We have 14 million people in this country who are unbanked. We've got millions of people who've been discriminated against by traditional finance for racial or gender reasons. And we've got 200 years of Wall Street failures, right? And so I know there are some Democrats in elected office who look at the cryptocurrency space as a threat. But I hope that more Democrats over time will see that cryptocurrency has the potential to, again, open up traditional finance, serve and advance a lot of those progressive societal goals. It needs to be regulated properly. And I hope the Biden administration will do that because everybody wants clear rules of the road.
Yeah, and that leads me to my next question. So what do you think this means for the crypto environment when it comes to regulations moving forward?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think there's a lot of gray area, right? I mean, the chairman of the SEC, Gary Gensler, has given a lot of speeches where he has warned the crypto industry that much of what they're doing, in his view, is illegal. Now, they're going to try, I think it's pretty clear through this strategy, to advance that mission through lawsuit. But I don't really think that's the best way of doing it. Look, you have millions of people who are participating in the cryptocurrency ecosystem. You do have companies who do want to do the right thing. But what government needs to do is be clear about the rules. The much better way for the SEC to go about this is to put out rules, again, invite the public to say, we like that rule, we disagree with that rule, and have that be the rules of the road. But if you're going to pursue companies in this way, you're really not. It's not going to lead to a healthy ecosystem where you both prevent abuses but also encourage the positive benefits of cryptocurrency.
So, do you think, when it comes to what's going on in El Salvador and also possibly the Ukraine, do you think federal regulators are nervous about cryptocurrency platforms going global and then getting out of hand?
I think there's definitely some nervousness. I don't think we have to become like other countries. We can apply the best of American regulation. The fact is that in many business sectors, I think we do get regulation right. our regulation, in many cases, including technology regulation, generally supports innovation, it supports serving consumers, it puts safeguards in place, and it very clearly identifies the abuses, right? So whether it's privacy or consumer protection or safety, our laws generally say we care about a particular value, and let's encourage the good of this technology while preventing the bad. And that's what I think this regulation needs to do. And I hope that Democrats do that. We just had a big debate about how cryptocurrency should be taxed as part of the infrastructure bill. That debate is ongoing. It really surfaced, I think, that frankly, cryptocurrency has a lot of supporters and a lot of people using it who are excited about its potential. But I also think it surfaced some anxiety on the part of people in the Biden administration about cryptocurrency. We need to work through those issues because this technology is here to stay, and we need appropriate regulation of it.
So one big thing that you've mentioned was like this perfect world where the SEC says, all right, all you crypto guys, come to the table, we'll figure this out, we'll iron out some rules. It sounds like a really great plan. But then at the same time, you also mentioned how they did invite, the CEO to come talk, and it worked against them. So how does anyone trust the SEC now, and how do we get to that perfect world if no one trusts them?
Absolutely, it's going to have a huge chilling effect. I think Coinbase was trying to take Chairman Gensler at his word and be constructive and go in to meet with them. And now the SEC has used all that information that Coinbase has shared with them, essentially to prepare a lawsuit against them. That's not the kind of constructive relationship. By the way, businesses going to meet with government agencies doesn't mean that government has to say yes to everything that business wants to do. But it does mean that the government really has the burden of proof. Unfortunately, I think that the SEC is setting itself up for failure in court if it brings a case against the SEC, against Coinbase for doing something, A, that other companies have been doing for years, and B, where there aren't clear SEC rules in place. And that's the situation that I wouldn't even think the SEC would want that. So my hope is that cooler heads prevail and we get to a point where regulation of this nascent space really is the result of a much more considered process.
Adam, I have 15 seconds. My last question, what comes next?
What comes next? Well, I think the big question is, Coinbase has said that they may launch this in October. We might see a legal battle over this. And unfortunately, that may be the way that rules end up being crafted. I don't think that's desirable. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope the SEC backs off, takes a breath, and says, let's look at this whole space and put in place rules for the entire sector.
And the world is watching, investors are watching. Adam Kovacevic, I got it right this time, founder and CEO of the Chamber of Progress. Sir, it was excellent having you on the show. Thank you so much for spending time with us this morning.